The air burns with every breath. Has it been so long? I know this place. In my dreams, it was always empty. But now I sense I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter, you make one hell of an entrance. Guess that makes two of us.
You should have struck when you had the chance, vampire. You will not live to regret your error.
Cute, and Caretaker told me to be nice. Relax, Slayer, I'm a friend. You just don't know it yet.
Yes. I saw you with Sarah before. But what would she want with a vampire? Unless...
The name's Blade, and I'm no ordinary vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
A dampier? Daywalkers were a myth even to me.
Says the half-human, half-demon monster hunter.
You appear quite versed in my history, Dampier.
Heard my fair share of stories from Caretaker. The legendary hunter, child of Lilith, last champion of the blood. Some call you angel, some demon. Probably a little of both. Led the Knights of Wundagore against the armies of darkness until you fell at...
Fell?
Shoot. This is why they don't normally have me do the meet and greets.
I can see why.
Right. As much as I'd love to see how much weirder this conversation can go, we should probably get moving.
Agreed. The prophecy is in motion. I can feel it. We have wasted too much time here already.
Man, the others are really gonna love you.
Others?
Yeah, you've got a little fan club, I think. But why spoil the surprise? Hope you're up for the challenge, chosen one.
Okay. Always have a look behind you. Okay, we got an arcane key to open that box.
Hold up. Did I miss something? Or did Nico just raise the dead?
I definitely helped, but no, that's the one thing I can't do.
You were never able to raise the dead.
Huh? But she just did.
Maybe the hunter wasn't all dead.
Some part of them had to be alive, otherwise my spell wouldn't have done anything. Which makes sense, I guess.
A storm leaps into the sky and blazes bright, showcasing exceptional power with extreme control. This card represents an abundance of energy as well as optimism and joy. Okay, complete item collection to gain special rewards. Well, now I have found something, I'm definitely going to be looking. around here some more before I interact. Yeah, I've collected a masterwork. In addition to the paintings already hanging on the Abbey wall, masterworks can be found scattered around the Abbey grounds. Masterworks can be hung in any empty frames inside the Abbey. Alright, some kind of Gilfian sarcophagi area.
There are cracks in this wall.
Allegory of the transience of life. Other painting. Masterwork. I presume these are like places where people live. Well, they camp. Let's ease. Hmm. Somewhere under the bridge. Barely a stone at all. This blue-black topaz always seeps through the fingers when held. It smells strongly of a tide pool, with healthy air, sounds of the sea. Swords. What's your magic sword? Somebody there. Mm. On the cliffs, on location. The damsel and Orlando. We got another box there.
That is something.
Believed the best and made it so. We'll walk up
Intriguing.
some of this land.
Fascinating.
Gamma Kane, a breaker of chains.
Interesting.
Endremore, our fighter, our heart. Okay, well let's chat to Nico.
Konnichiwa, friendo.
Yo, konnichiwa.
Hunter. Not sure if you remember me, but we met briefly before. I'm...
The witch who called me back from the grave.
Told ya.
Or Nico, but either works. And this is...
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
That's Ileana.
Привет.
And I think you already met Blade.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa. How did you...
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
So, welcome home. I guess we...
I never left.
Right. Well, we can fast forward through the tour then.
I mean, a tour would be
The
helpful.
Abbey is still, well, you know. The Abbey. Basic stuff. Dorms, war room, library, a few places to chill, and, whatever the hell the Forge is. Have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy. Of course, that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then see. Oh, gotta go. Show's about to begin.
There isn't time for a refresher, much less that sort of training regime. You'll have to trust that the hunter's past experience is enough.
Taking a big risk with your chosen one.
You act as if I'm thrilled with the situation. If you're concerned, then be all the more vigilant out there.
Easy for you to say.
Nothing about any of this is easy, Blade.
Yeah? Tell that to Wanda.
So, crazy day, huh?
Crazy indeed.
Lots of new blood around here. Some seriously powerful headliners.
Powerful, yes. But how powerful, we will see.
Big personalities, too.
I think you mean big egos. But none of that matters unless they can help us get to Wanda.
Right, Caretaker's doing it. Kevin the Witches came across the sea, sent for our help. I regret that I cannot do more, but Lilith and I are strict to our limits. I've sent a moon seal to their home in Salem, aware of the notes of Wundagore. I have no doubt this will take care of the troubles they face. Okay, clearly... Right, we have moved the Abbey from our transient home to Salem. I must confess I am astounded at the natural beauty of this place. But there is no time for sentiment. We have a job to do. Chisholm has found influence here, while Hiram Shaw has through a book of the Darkhold. Moonseal did not bring the witches the protection it should have. Several have been killed already. There is no telling how far this dark power will go. For now, we watch for the safety of the Abbey, hidden away amongst thick woodland. We must understand what it is we face.
The table is all yours. Let's get to it.
I must admit, Hunter, having studied the tomes and read of your exploits in the past, it had never occurred to me that we might someday face Lilith together. Oh, no.
Tony, read your briefings.
Relax, I'm just spinning him up. Keep following me, Doc. Youngins.
Just gonna keep looking. Another thing now. We have now I can get it as a third. Ember swirl on this crowded crystal, almost too hot to touch. Its surface glows like liquid fire. Lifts of smoke resolve, vanish around a core of sitting glass. I try to remind myself that 16 is a young age for so much power, but I still lose my temper at times. This child, nearly grown, is rapidly progressing. The training goes well, and I am optimistic how we may be able to combat Lilith in the future. Sorry. But there have been outbursts. If we cannot control these, I do worry that we may face some unfortunate collateral damage. Sounds so hard to put these words on page, but this is the reality that I face. Agatha and I discussed the options for controlling this power, but nothing has worked just yet. My latest attempt is to forge a ward to be worn around the neck. If I succeed, it will not only help it child channel this energy, but act as a shield against detection by Lilith or her minions. Only time will tell. From the tarot card strength. Electrical charge energy erupts around Thor as he wields Mjolnir. This card represents great courage and taking control of one's destiny. Let's see if I can pick that sword out. Everyone wants me to go to that, I have no doubt. The Moon. Moon Knight hides his true identity behind his cloak and shadow. This card represents deception, but also creativity and the unconscious. Got a table, a desk cluttered with books, and some of them older than you. And you are quite old.
Ah, I see.
A wooden chest with brass hardware containing glass vials.
What is this?
Stranger's Cape. One of Stranger's capes. Suspended in an ornate glass case, the cape floats in the air, rippling slightly. Though the air is still.
Intriguing.
Strangest of Agamotto, one of few artifacts recovered from the Sanctum Sanctorum. Powerful energy emanates from inside the orb. Inside, as the orb seems to rotate indefinitely. Tony's armor, one of Tony's many Iron Man suits polished to a high gloss, though it is powered off, the eyes seem to follow you. The star Nova rises up into the starry night sky, surrounded by stars that represent the support of his team. This card symbolizes serenity and hope for the future. I mean, what I'm saying here is we're definitely going to have to be checking every last corner.
That is something.
Burning with the intensity of hell itself, the Hellforge is the beating heart of the Abbey. Runes etched around the aperture then focus to contain and focus the Hellforge's tremendous energy. Barely.
You think now's really the time for that? I nearly broke my hand on Lilith's face. She didn't even flinch.
The more dangerous the
Caretaker's home for wayward sorcerers, scientists, and slayers. Sounds like something Doctor Strange would come up with.
That's debatable.
No signs of muscle atrophy. You seem pretty healthy for a reanimated corpse. You sure you're not a time-traveling robot?
I give it about 5 minutes before Tony starts in with his ye old joke material. Sorry, Hunter. Never should have taken him to medieval times.
I imagine Caretaker will have a hard time putting you at risk so soon after your awakening, but I doubt Lilith will leave her much of a choice.
With all these big names in here, maybe we should sell tickets. Ooh, could finally upgrade the TV to 4K. Nope.
At least they don't have me stationed in some musty old dungeon like Strange and Stark.
Things are likely to get pretty hectic around here, kiddo. Just like the old.
If I were you, I'd probably be looking for a hot shower after spending 300 years in a tomb.
Your old room should be just as comfortable as it used to be. But if not, let me know, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Feeling